Hi there. My name is Tina, and I wanted to take time out today on this beautiful day and have a talk with you. Now, the last video that I made was about discrimination and bullying and harassment and so on. And I talked heavily about self-awareness and your ability to be able to manage your own emotions, because really that is the key to everything. If you don't know who you are, it's a little bit harder for you to be able to work at expanding or being more flexible. Ultimately, what you want to be able to do is to create the perfect balance with your emotions so that you're able to not just help yourself but help other people. Emotions are nothing more than energy that has been taught to react a certain way based on your surroundings. We label those emotions and categorize them and so on. And the only reason that we do that is to try and better understand what they are. When in reality, emotions cannot be duplicated from one person to the next. And probably about 7 to 8 times out of 10, if not a little bit more than that, we can't even duplicate them for ourselves, because we will never experience the exact same thing twice. What are emotions? Just labels. They are labels that we create and that we store in our database, which is our mind. And because essentially the gray matter that we have between the two ears is really just a storage area for us to be able to put in our experiences and what we've learned. Very much like a computer where you start writing a letter and then you hit save, and it's inputted in the database that you have, which is your mind. But where does the information come from? The information doesn't come from your mind. The information comes from everything around you. It comes from nature, it comes from other people, it comes from the energy that we are all, and that we all generate. We assimilate that information, and then we store it. We learn by feeling. We don't learn just by giving you words or steps and instructions. You learn by how you feel in going through a situation, and then you define it. But let me ask you this. Why do we have to define everything? Emotions are not tricky, and really they're nothing to be afraid of. It's actually allowing yourself and giving yourself permission to be able to feel. Because we are all, and I've said it before and I will say it again, we are all sensing, feeling, emotional beings. Sensing and feeling being the primary adjectives here. Everything that we do, from the moment that you are awake to the moment that you pass out unconsciously, which we call sleep, you feel, you interpret, and then you store. Why is it then that we're so afraid to share how we feel and let other people know how they make us feel, or situations? That's a societal thing. That's when we're taught what is supposed to be right or wrong, when you have people trying to tell you how you should feel. Nobody has the right to tell you how you should feel. What we have an obligation or a responsibility towards when it comes to all of us is to take the time to actually listen to somebody. Let them be who they are. One should never feel ashamed of feeling the way that they do. There's always reasons behind it. You just need to be able to understand those reasons. Again, like I mentioned before, anything that you are challenged with in your lifetime, whether it be something negative or positive, you choose to hold on to it or to let it go. You choose what you want to do with it. You choose how you respond to it. Regardless of what everybody else tells you to do. You make the final decision. At the end of the day, the person that you need to check in with, the person that you actually need to be accountable to, is you. Only you. Everything comes down to how you perceive yourself and why you perceive yourself in a certain light. So here we are, talking about emotions, talking about self-awareness. The most important thing that you need to remember is that your emotions are yours, which is what makes you responsible and accountable for your behavior at the end of the day. Somebody else may say something that upsets you, but you know what? You were only upset by what they said because it triggered something in you. Something tied, sometimes way, way back in your past. Sometimes you're not even aware of it. Which is why I challenge you today to take time for yourself, to take time to just be you. Emotions, or rather energy, is what makes us. And that being said, that means that you're also able to take that energy and recreate something else with it. It's all up to you. And the biggest question, I guess, is, are you ready to make a difference in your life? Because the moment that you engage yourself in wanting to be more aware of yourself, wanting to be more of your own person and understanding yourself and why it is that you act or react a certain way to different situations or to different people, the moment that you take charge, that you take charge of that and that you take charge of yourself, it can be very empowering and it can be very liberating. And not only is it going to help you expand and grow as an individual, but you will then begin to touch other people in your life, ultimately creating a powerful, independent being. So that's my challenge to you. Can you really, truly be at one with yourself? So I guess all that's left to say is, happy self-discovery. Welcome to the world of self-awareness, and enjoy who you are. Enjoy what moves you from the inside out. Till next time.